I want you to imagine a scenario. You have sold your house. You have moved onto a cruise ship full time. You are living the dream. No cooking, no cleaning, ocean views every day. The media told you it was cheaper than a nursing home. Only $89 a day, they said. The crew will treat you like family. Now imagine it is 2 a.m. You get up to use the bathroom. The ship hits a rogue wave. You lose your balance and fall. You break your hip. You are lying on the floor, in pain, unable to move. You press the emergency button. Your cabin steward, the young man you have tipped for months, the one you call my adopted son, rushes in. He sees you on the floor. He looks terrified. You reach out your hand for help. You say, "Help me up." And he steps back. He does not grab your hand. He puts his hands behind his back. He picks up the phone and calls security. And then he stands there watching you in pain, refusing to touch you. Does he hate you? No. He is following the strict no-touch policy that cruise lines enforce to protect themselves from lawsuits. The viral videos lied to you. A cruise ship is not a floating nursing home. The crew are not your nurses, and if you confuse service with care, you are putting your life in danger. I'm Carolyn Morgan. Today, we are popping the biggest viral bubble in the travel industry. We are going to talk about the fit to travel clause that allows the captain to evict you. We are going to do the real math on medical costs when Medicare stops working, and I will explain why retiring at sea isn't a strategy for aging gracefully, it's a strategy for financial suicide. The legal trap, assisted versus independent living. Let's start with the paperwork, the ticket contract. The articles you read in Forbes or CNN about living on a ship always miss the legal definition of what a ship is. In the senior care industry, there are levels. Independent living, you do everything yourself. Assisted living, someone helps you bathe, dress, and manage meds. Nursing care, full medical supervision. A cruise ship is strictly, legally level 1, independent living. The moment you require level 2, assistance, you are in breach of your contract. There is a clause called fit to travel. It states that the cruise line has the authority to disembark any passenger who cannot care for themselves or is a danger to themselves. If you start showing signs of dementia, you are a safety risk. Eviction. If you cannot transfer from your bed to your wheelchair without help. Eviction. If you have incontinence issues that the steward has to clean up repeatedly. Eviction. A nursing home is legally obligated to care for you as you decline. A cruise ship is a business designed for vacationers. When you become a liability instead of a guest, their goal is to offload you at the next port with a hospital. I have seen elderly passengers left on the pier in Cozumel or Nassau with their luggage, confused and alone, because the ship doctor deemed them no longer fit to sail. That is the reality. The myth of the crew caregiver. This is the most heartbreaking part. Elderly passengers often form deep emotional bonds with the crew. You see Jose, your steward, every day. He asks about your grandkids. He makes you towel animals. You start to think, if I get sick, Jose will look after me. Let me be very clear, Jose is a cleaner. He is not a caregiver. His job is to turn over 15 rooms in 4 hours. He is under immense time pressure. He is not trained in CPR. He is not trained in lifting patients. And most importantly, he is terrified of liability. If a crew member tries to lift you after a fall and you get bruised or you claim he hurt your back, the cruise line gets sued. So their training is drilled into them. Hands off. Call Alpha Team. Stand back. Furthermore, they cannot manage your life. They cannot remind you to take your insulin. They cannot help you zip up your dress if your arthritis is acting up. That is a sexual harassment risk for them. They cannot cut up your steak if your hands are shaking. If you need this kind of help, you must bring a personal aid. And that aid needs a full-price cabin. Suddenly, your $89 a day budget just tripled. The financial suicide, Medicare and Medevac. Now, let's do the math. The real math. The viral cruise retirement budget usually looks like this. Daily rate $100 food, included rent, utilities, included, total $3,000 month. Wow, you say, that's cheaper than my house. Here is the line item they forgot. Medical risk. If you are an American, your Medicare does not work outside the 50 states. The moment the ship passes the 12-mile limit, you are uninsured. You might have a travel insurance policy, but read the fine print. Most travel insurance has a cap or excludes pre-existing conditions for long-term travelers. Let's say you have a minor stroke on board. Ship infirmary. Visit just to see the doctor and get blood work, $2,000 to $5,000. Ship medical centers are for-profit profit centers. The crisis. The ship doctor says, we cannot treat this here. You need a hospital. The medevac. A helicopter comes to lift you off the deck or a diversion boat takes you to land. Cost, $20,000 to $50,000. Up front. The foreign hospital. You are now in a hospital in Jamaica or Mexico. They want cash before they treat you. If you have sold your house to live on the ship, you have no assets left to liquidate. One medical event can bankrupt you in 24 hours. On land, an ambulance ride is $500 and Medicare covers it. At sea, it is a financial catastrophe. The Groundhog Day effect. Social erasure. Let's move away from money and talk about your mind, loneliness. But Carolyn, you say, a ship has 4,000 people. I'll never be lonely. That is exactly why you will be lonely. It is called social erasure. Here is the cycle of a permanent resident. Week 1, you meet a nice couple, the Millers. You have dinner, you bond. Week 2, the Millers go home. A new couple, the Smiths, arrives. You tell them the same stories. Where are you from? Is this your first cruise? Week 3, the Smiths leave. The Joneses arrive. Month 6, you stop trying. You realize that everyone around you is transient. They are in party mode. They are eating 5,000 calories, staying up late, getting drunk. You are in living mode. You want to talk about books or politics or life, but nobody wants to have deep conversations with you. They are on a 7-day adrenaline rush. You become a ghost. You are surrounded by people, but you have no community. You miss your neighbor who knows your trash schedule. You miss the cashier at your local grocery store who knows your name. The ship becomes a gilded cage. Luxury, yes, but emotionally empty. The widow's penalty, the 200% rule. Finally, the grim financial reality of couples. Most people plan this dream with a spouse. We will combine our 2 Social Security checks and live like kings. But statistics are stubborn. One of you will likely pass away before the other. On land, if your spouse dies, your rent doesn't change. Your mortgage doesn't change. On a cruise ship, you face the single supplement. Cruise cabins are priced based on double occupancy. The day your spouse dies, the cruise line expects you to pay for the empty bed. Your cost of living effectively doubles or goes up to 200% of the fare at the exact moment your household income drops by half. I have received emails from widows who were literally priced off the ship 2 weeks after their husband's funeral. They had no house to go back to because they sold it. They had no car. They were stranded in a port city, looking for an apartment they couldn't afford. It is a tragedy that the brochures never mention. Conclusion: keep the house. So what is the verdict? Is retiring on a cruise ship impossible? No. If you are extremely wealthy, extremely healthy, and have a plan B on land, go for it. But for 99% of people, here is my advice. Do not sell your house. Rent it out if you must. Keep a home base. Use the cruise ship for what it was designed for: vacations. Go for 3 months in the winter, escape the snow, have fun. But keep your primary doctor, your health insurance, and your support network on land. A cruise ship is a fantastic place to visit. It is a dangerous place to age. Don't let a viral Facebook post trick you into making a decision that could leave you bankrupt and alone. In the next video, we are going to talk about another form of safety, your digital privacy. I'm going to reveal why cruise ship photographers are so aggressive, how the facial recognition cameras are tracking your every move, even when you aren't smiling, and why you legally cannot take pictures of certain things on board. Subscribe, keep your Medicare card handy, and stay safe.